Hello everyone, welcome to Skills Build Training YouTube channel. Myself Muhammad Zubair, and this channel is all about showing you how to become an IT pro really fast. The topic of today's video is Arch Linux 2021.06.01 review and first thoughts. So without any further ado, let's get started. Well, if we talk about the development of Arch Linux, it is focused on minimalism, simplicity, and the elegance. Well, when you install the Arch Linux, it gets installed as a minimal based system, and we can configure it with our own ideal environment and only what is required or desired for our unique purposes. And we do not have the GUI configuration utilities, and most of the system configurations are performed from the shell and a text editor. As Arch Linux is based on rolling releases, Arch typically offers the latest stable version of most softwares, and Arch Linux is lightweight, flexible, simple, and it aims to be very Unix-like. Arch design philosophy and implementation makes it easy to extend and mold into whatever kind of system is required. As I have told you that it is based on a rolling release system, it allows a one-time installation with continuous upgrades. And we do not ever have to reinstall the system, and without having to perform the elaborate procedures involved in system upgrades from one release version to the next. So by the first look, it looks like any other Linux distribution with GNOME desktop environment. As we have activities button on top left corner, and if you are a Linux user, you might remember that we get at least 3 icons on the top right corner. As we are using GNOME desktop environment, so we get at least 3 icons here. But at the moment, there are only 2. I was using the OpenSUSE the other day, and it had 3 icons, and volume icon was the third one. But if you click on this, you have the volume control into this one. So that is a change in Arch Linux. And here we have time and date section. If I click on it, here we have a calendar, and here we have a notification center. Means we will have all the notification for our system in this section. And in case if you want to mute or disable these notifications, you can always click on this toggle button. And here you can see we have an icon appeared here with the bell and a cross sign on it. And here we will have different information about our events, and we can add different clocks here, and we can select our weather location from here as well. So that was all about notifications, time and dates, etc. Here if you notice, we have our applications icon aligned in horizontal position. But in most of the GNOME desktop environment, we do get these applications in vertical order. Some of the Linux distribution offer this kind of alignment in horizontal position, not in vertical. And in here, if you notice, we have 2 desktop environment by default. We have this one and we have another one here. And what if you want to add more of them here? So for that, you just need to open any of the application. So I will open my files, and here are my files. So again, I will hit my super key. Now what I need to do, I just need to keep clicking on it, and I have to just drag it into this workspace. And here you can see now our files are in second workspace. Now I will again hit my super key, and now my files are in my second workspace. So for those who don't know the benefit of having different workspaces, well, it allows you to keep focus on one type of work in one workspace. So that is a really good thing. Again, I will press my super key, or you can click on this activities button. Here you can see that we have web as a default browser. We do not have Mozilla Firefox as our default web browser. In most of the Linux distribution, with almost every desktop environment, whether it is GNOME or it's XFCE or it's KDE Plasma, whatever it is, we do get Firefox as default browser in most of the Linux distribution. But in Arch Linux, we do not have Mozilla Firefox, we have web as a default browser. And for media player, we have music here. We do not have VLC media. As if you remember that in Ubuntu, we get VLC media player by default as a multimedia player. Now let's explore rest of the application as well. I have boxes, which is just like a virtual machine. Then we have terminal, then we have photos, and this is just like a one from Google because icon is same which Google presents to its user. Then we have calculator, we have maps, we have clocks. Let's move ahead. Then we have Vim here as well. In utilities, we get advanced network configuration, we have image viewer, we have genome tweaks, and we have screenshots and different other things as well. So let's go back and let's go to our desktop. Now let's see if we have top available in our Arch Linux or not. For that, we need to open the terminal. Here it is. So I will just open it. I will write here top. Yes, we do have top available into our Arch Linux. And now let's see if we have htop available in our Arch Linux or not. So I will just write here htop and hit enter. Yes, we do have htop available. For those who do not know what top and htop is, well, I will start with the htop. Htop is a system, or you can say a utility, which allows us to interactively monitor the system's resources or server's processors in real time. Htop is a newer program compared to top command. In top command, we also get to see the system resources, but with htop, we get to see all of the information in more detailed way and with an interactive interface. And htop offers many improvements over top command. Htop, as you can see on your screen, that it uses color and its output is very detailed and very informative. As you can see on your screen that we have CPU usage information, we have our memory usage information. As you can see, 659 MB is being used from 2 gigabytes, and then we have our swap value. And here we have number of tasks which are running at the moment. Then we have load average, and here we have process IDs, and these are the processes which are running at the moment into our system, and these are the users of these processes. At the moment, most of the processes have been used by the user, and then we have other information about these processes. Now I will get out of it, and now I will write top. Here we do have same information, but it is getting really difficult to get something out of this available information, because first of all, it is not aligned, and secondly, it uses the same color, which makes it difficult to understand and get something out of this information. So this is the difference between top and htop. But good thing is Arch Linux supports both top and htop command in its system. Let's see if we have Synaptic in our Arch Linux or not. For that, I will press my super key and I will search for Synaptic. We do not have Synaptic into our Arch Linux. Well, Synaptic is a third-party repository from where you can download a lot of packages, a lot of software, and you can download a lot of other things which you cannot download from any other place. So it's better to install Synaptic into your system, which is Arch Linux, to get the best out of your system. Let's see if we have tweaks available or not. As we are using GNOME desktop environment into our Arch Linux, so there must be GNOME tweaks available. In some of the Linux distribution in which we use GNOME desktop environment, we do not get GNOME tweaks by default, but we can download GNOME tweaks in those Linux distribution. So let's see if we have GNOME tweaks available in Arch Linux or not. For that, I will press my super key and then I will search for tweaks here. Yes, we do have tweaks available. Well, for those who do not know what tweaks are for, with the help of tweaks, you are able to do a lot of things with your distribution. For example, as you can see on your screen that we do not have minimize and maximize button, we only have close button. So in case if you want to minimize or maximize this application, you have to right click on it and then you can click on maximize or minimize button. But with the help of tweaks, you can add these buttons. So I will search for minimize and here they are. It is maximize and then we have minimize. So I will just enable both of them. And here you can see we have two buttons appeared here. So you can use these instead of right clicking on your top bar of your application and then going for minimize or maximize. So this is a really good thing in Arch Linux that we get genome tweaks by default. Now let's go to the system settings. Now I will move down and I will go to about section. Here we have all the information about our system, or you can say about our device. And here is the hardware model. Then we have memory, we have processor, and down here we have the information about Wayland. This Arch Linux is supported by Wayland. And in terms of genome, we have 40.2.0 version of genome. And that is the latest one in our Arch Linux 2021 distribution. And here we have software update option. So that was all about the settings. So I will just close this one. As I have told you that we do not have Firefox in our Arch Linux, we also do not have some of the other basic application which we supposed to get in every Linux distribution. For example, we do not have LibreOffice in it as well. If I search for LibreOffice, and here you can see we do not have LibreOffice in our Arch Linux distribution. So that is something annoying, that we do not get to have LibreOffice in our distribution, because most of the professionals who use Linux distribution, they want to use LibreOffice for their documentations, but we do not get to see this in our Arch Linux. After that, let's see if we have any firewall available in our Arch Linux or not. For that, I will hit my super key and then I will search for firewall. And we do not have any firewall available by default in it as well. But it doesn't mean that your Linux distribution is not secured. By default, every Linux distribution is very secured because of its features. But still some people love to have a firewall. But in Arch Linux, we do not get to have one. For that, we can download a firewall from software repository, or you can download it from your terminal. At the end, let's talk about the background. Right click on your screen and go to change background. I will just click on it. And here we have a number of background options available which you can choose for your desktop. This is the default one as you can see on your screen, but I will go with this one because I like it. So I will just click on it. And here you can see on your screen that desktop has been changed. In case if you want to add some personalized or customized background, you can do that by clicking on this add picture button, and it will take you to the local repository of your system. And from here, you can go to any other directory where you have saved your background image. You can add those images in this repository as well. So in terms of background, Arch Linux is not bad at all. I will just close this one. And that was all about the review. Now, if I give my thoughts about Arch Linux, I would say that it is not good for the beginners, because when you try to install it, you do not get to see graphical user interface for installation. You have to install Arch Linux into your system by using commands and using a text editor. For those who are new to Linux distribution, they are not good with commands and they have no idea how to use a text editor. So I would recommend those beginners to use any other Linux distribution like Ubuntu, or you can go with Manjaro, or there are many other Linux distributions. For those who are really experienced and are pro, Arch Linux is a good one. It is not bad at all, as it allows you to install only those things and only those environments with your personalized liking. But still, I would not use it because I'm not getting basic utilities in here. There is no LibreOffice, no firewall, and no Firefox, but you can download them from terminal or by using any other software repository. So it's up to you that if you still want to go for Arch Linux or not. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have something to ask, please leave a comment below. We will get back to you as soon as possible. And please leave a like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon after subscribing to our channel. We will see you in another video. Till then, take care.